Whether you like it or not, clothing is one of the most important parts of your life. It shows other people who you are, what you represent, what kind of person you are, and not only shows other people this, but most importantly, it shows you this. If you are trying to be authentic and be yourself and you're not dressing like yourself, you are kidding yourself. You're not being authentic. You're holding yourself back and you're withholding this part of you that wants to come out. I think sometimes we think, people see us and we're like, oh, they'll read between the lines. They'll figure out like who I am, what I'm about, as they get to know me. A lot of people aren't ever going to get the chance to get to know you. They are making the decision of who you are and what you're about based on your clothes. Now, your clothes don't need to represent like specific stereotypes. That's kind of boring. That's kind of lame. But do your clothes represent you? Do they? And if they don't, you are holding yourself back. I think this idea that people are just supposed to get us and get who we are without us actually like showing up as that and representing that is in a way self-sabotage, because we're like, oh, I don't need to actually put in the work to show up authentically me in all of the different ways. You are responsible for the presentation of the real you. And if you are not presenting the real you, other people won't be able to find you. Your people won't be able to find you. Your dream career won't be able to find you. The love of your life might not be able to find you because they can't see you because you're not dressed like you. This doesn't have to do with clothing. This is more of an energy thing than anything, but it matters, and it matters a ton. Now, if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't actually have clothes that represent me, what do I do? I'm going to tell you, because this is something that I'm actually doing right now. I'm kind of in a reinvention period of my life, and the most important part of my reinvention is my closet. If your closet doesn't represent you right now, a lot of mine doesn't either, so I completely feel you on this. I've already gotten rid of clothing that no longer is me, that no longer feels like me. I made a video on it if you're interested. But I think the most important part, equally as important as going through your clothes and getting rid of what's no longer you, is actually bringing in what is you. Sometimes we're so big on like releasing what isn't us that we don't actually like buy what is us and bring that into our lives. So the most important thing that you could do to change your life is buy clothing with the idea of who you want to be in mind. I recommend using a picture of inspiration or a mood board, something that aligns with like how you want to show up, how you see yourself, and how you want to present that to the world. This doesn't even need to be clothing. It could be, it could be anything. It doesn't need to be a picture of clothing. It can just be a picture of anything that gives you the vibe of what you want to feel in your clothing. Now, there are going to be periods of your life where you just need to bring in small pieces, no big deal. Right now, that might not be the case for you. You might need to do an entire closet revamp. And that is what I'm doing right now, an entire closet revamp. This is intense. This is kind of a crazy thing to be investing so much money into really like making sure that what you're wearing represents you is kind of a wild thing. You may have never invested this amount of money in yourself. It might feel scary. For me, no matter my income, it always feels like a leap of faith. Every single time I do this, it feels scary. Every single time I do this, it feels like I'm gonna run out of money. What if I lose my job? What ifs are gonna pop in your mind, but you need to take this leap. These leaps of faith pay off, and they pay off in a huge way. You might be doing a mini one. You might also be doing a huge one, and it feels crazy when you do it. It does. It feels intense and it feels like a lot. But investing money in presenting who you are and where you want to go and who you want to be into the world is hugely important. This is incredibly transformative. I think a lot of times people reject the ways that our clothing and our appearance transform our life. It's not about how other people perceive you. It's about how it transforms your own life. It is instant. It is powerful. It can shift your entire world. Do not discredit this. If you are not dressing like you, get to it. Go through your closet, get rid of what's not you, and bring in what is you. This will change your entire life. And I get that this might feel really scary for you. It feels scary for me too, and I'm doing it right now. I think it's important just to remember that on the other side of this, there's a whole new version and a whole new life that is waiting for you. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's true. You deserve to have that experience of dressing yourself, of being yourself, and have other people see you as being yourself. Don't make other people do this guesswork, because they're not going to do it. Show who you are in your clothes. It doesn't matter what the style is. It doesn't matter what the aesthetic is. It doesn't matter if you don't even know what that is. What are you drawn to? What outfits are you drawn to that you see people wear? What is your eye drawn to? When you're in a restaurant and you see a bunch of people, there are certain outfits or looks that you are naturally drawn to. Just go with that. It's very simple. If this is a time in your life where you are redoing your closet and you're revamping and you're bringing in, revamping your closet is truly calling in a new identity. This is hugely transformational. This is one of the most transformational things that you could possibly be doing. I know this video was a little all over the place. I just have so much that I could share on this. I could honestly talk about this topic for like 8 years straight and always have new things to say and undig new layers to this, because that's how important I think it is. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope you take it seriously, because I know there are a lot of times that I got this advice and I didn't take it seriously because I wasn't willing to bet on myself. And that's really all it is. Be willing to bet on yourself. I know the money thing can be scary. I know it might feel like you don't have enough to do it. Get creative. There is always a way. Usually my resistance to changing my clothes has had less to do with the fact that I would say, oh, I don't have the money. It had more to do with the fact that I wasn't being very creative and I wasn't being very intentional with how I was using my resources. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'm wishing you the very best week and I will talk to you very soon.